at the L4 nerve root level, which innervates the anterior, now I'm on film, I'm all nervous, that innervates the anterior tibialis or your primary dorsiflexor, you will demonstrate drop foot in stance phase as such. The forefoot will slap the ground because your dorsiflexors cannot eccentrically slowly lower the forefoot to the ground. Stance phase, drop foot. Swing phase, drop foot. Typically the shoe will be worn on the toe because they can't dorsiflex during swing phase to clear the foot. So they will typically here, and they have to hip hike a little bit in order to let that foot, those toes clear the ground because they can't dorsiflex. Steppage gait. Weak dorsiflexor, swing phase. Weak gluteus medius, lateral lurch, gluteus medius weakness. Because the gluteus medius is weak, it cannot stabilize the pelvis eccentrically or concentrically, so that when you are weight bearing, you will fall to this side. The person suffering from this pathology will throw their center of gravity over their basic support on the weak side. This person walks like this. So I have a weak right abductors. Weak right abductors. Or bilateral. Weak gluteus maximus, which is a hip extensor, stabilizing the pelvis from falling forward as it extends during the stance phase. Likewise, the person will throw their center of gravity back over the basic support to prevent a forward fall. A weak right gluteus maximus will walk like this. Upon heel strike, they'll throw their center of gravity back so that they don't fall, etc. Right gluteus maximus weakness. Weak quadriceps. The quadriceps do both knee extension, so they can't extend the knee. You have to ballistically throw it out. And it's weak in the hip flexors, so they will also ballistically throw it out. This looks like this. It's called the back knee gait. So they'll hyperextend the knee by getting their center of gravity forward. You have to use ballistics of the trunk and the pelvis to do it because you don't have the strength to just pick it up and do it from the side. Sometimes they'll help that further by doing a back press with the hand and then lock it out with the hand. There's another one with I tied back knee and ballistic together. Back knee is, it'll step forward and then you just lock it back like this. Or a braced or rigid knee. Or a rigid ankle fixed at 90 degrees. You can't bend the knee or dorsiflex to clear the foot, so they will circumduct the leg. Circumduction gait. Again, if you've got the strength to do this, you don't have to walk like that. So again, you use the trunk to ballistically whip it around. You can see how someone would have a fixed knee for an artificial leg. Add to that equal stance phase, and there's Einmann's 8. The numbers aren't important to me, just cover all 8 of them. Starting low and coming up. Heels are typically 3 to 4 inches apart when we walk. We stride about 15 inches in our stride length, number 2. We take 90 to 120 strides per minute, number 3. The knee is flexed at all times, except for the moment of heel strike. Second we hit heel strike, it goes back into flexion, doing stance phase, and flexion all through swing phase. When we walk, the pelvis with fulcrum down through the weight-bearing leg will rotate anterior 45 degrees. When we walk, the weight shifts laterally about 2 inches with each step. When we walk, the center of gravity rises 1 to 2 inches vertically with each step. And finally, number 8 that I add to item 7, stance phase should be equal time bilaterally. Antalgic gait. Others on the list that I haven't addressed. Calcaneal gait. Due to plantar fasciitis or retrocalcaneal bursitis, it hurts to do any plantar flexion. So this person will heel strike, but when they get to mid-stance, they don't want to do push-off. So they'll do a foot flat gait. No push-off. They can heel strike, but they don't let the heel come off the ground. Rigidus will roll off the lateral part of their foot.
Hallux rigidus.
And you'll notice an oblique crease in the shoe rather than a transverse crease at the metatarsal heads. Because that toe is rigid, they don't want to roll off the toe as per normal. Others, Kristen. Metatarsalgia. You'll stay off the ball of the foot. The metatarsals are sore. Could also be more specifically a mortise toe. So these people will heel strike, probably roll out on the lateral foot, but not do any push-off. Because it hurts to bear weight on the ball of the foot during the push-off and stay off of that great toe. Others. Pes cavus. You don't really see it in the foot by walking, other than you will see posteriorly a calcaneal valgus as they roll in on the navicular tubercle. It has a plantar flexion contracture. So they walk on the ball of the foot. Can't drop down to the heel. Pes equinus.